Alright, so today we're going to work through some review notes over S8P4, and that is all about waves and sound and light. So the first term that we're going to talk about is energy, and energy is the ability to do work, and all waves are going to transfer this. Then we have electromagnetic wave, and that is a wave that does not need a medium to travel through. Then a mechanical wave is a wave that does need a medium to travel through. A transverse wave is a wave that transfers energy that is perpendicular to the medium, and remember this is the symbol for perpendicular. A longitudinal wave, and remember our memory trick is it starts with an L and ends with an L, so it's parallel, is a wave that transfers energy parallel to the medium, whereas this one's perpendicular and it looks like an upside down T for transverse. Crest is the highest point on a wave, it's at the top. Trough is the lowest part of a wave, it's at the bottom. Compression, these are going to be on longitudinal waves. It's the part of a longitudinal wave where the particles are close together, it's squished, it's compressed. Rarefaction is the part of a longitudinal wave in which the particles are spread far apart. Reflection is when a wave hits a barrier and bounces off, like an echo would be sound reflection, and then of course with light we see our reflection in a mirror. So we may want to add that here also as an example. Let's add mirror. Refraction. A wave bends as it enters a second medium, like going from the air to liquid, like water, and a straw looks bent in a cup of water. Also the prism, let's add that. How it bends light and allows us to see that white light is actually Roy G. Biv. Absorption, a wave being taken in or soaked in by a medium. Diffraction, bending, spreading, and interference of waves as it goes through a narrow opening. Transmitted, that means a wave can pass through. Frequency, the number of waves that pass a point at a given time. Amplitude, the measure of wave energy, the distance from the wave's resting position to the crest or to the trough. It's called the height of the wave. And our last one is wavelength, and that's going to be the distance between two identical, you may also see the word successive, points on a wave, and that just means two same points on a wave. Flip on over. So what do all waves transfer? We should all know this by now. All waves transfer energy. And to answer a few questions about this, how are electromagnetic waves and mechanical waves the same? They both transfer energy. How are they different? EM, electromagnetic waves, they don't need a medium, and mechanical waves do. Electromagnetic waves can go through outer space, and remember that outer space could be a vacuum, whereas mechanical waves cannot. Mechanical waves are made by vibrations. Okay, so here's some pictures for us to look through and talk about. Number one, is the above wave transverse or longitudinal? This is a transverse wave right here. Number two, label the crest, the trough, the wavelength, and the amplitude, the height of the wave. Over here, this could also be an amplitude right there. And then, of course, just remembering this dark line across the middle is the resting position right there. And then what is the frequency of the wave if 5 crests pass a point 1 second? Then the frequency is going to be 5 hertz. Remember that our units for frequency are hertz. Is the above wave a transverse or a longitudinal wave? This is going to be a longitudinal wave. Label the compressions. Here's a compression, squished together. A rarefaction. Here's a rarefaction, spread far apart. And what is the frequency of a wave if 7 compressions pass a point in 1 second? That frequency is going to be 7 hertz. So some questions about this. As wavelength increases, frequency decreases. As amplitude increases, energy increases. As frequency increases, energy also increases. If wavelength decreases, energy increases because you've got a wave that's got a higher frequency versus a lower frequency. As amplitude decreases, energy decreases, and as frequency decreases, energy is also going to decrease. Feel free to pause as needed. When you're ready, flip on over to the next page with me. So here we're going to talk about the electromagnetic spectrum and all its parts. Okay, so let's remind ourselves of the order. We have radio, we have microwaves, we have infrared, that should have been red, we have visible, we have, let's make ultraviolet purple. Mix the pink and the blue. We have ultraviolet, we have X-ray, and we have gamma. Okay, notice how energy is very low for radio and gets very high for gamma. So we've got some questions to answer about that. What feature distinguishes one form of the electromagnetic energy from the other? And that's going to be the wavelength. Which electromagnetic waves transfers the most energy? That's the gamma waves, the most energy right here. Which electromagnetic waves transfers the least amount of energy? That's going to be our low energy radio waves. So then we have this chart to remind us of just some common uses. Radio waves are TV and radio. Microwaves are used in microwave ovens for cooking and cell phones. Infrared are used for remote controls and thermal imaging, like night vision goggles. Visible light is obviously what allows us to see color and the rainbows. Ultraviolet can sunburn you. It's also used to sterilize medical equipment. X-rays allow us to see bones and teeth. And gamma rays can cause cancer, but they are also used to treat cancer. So which color on the visible light spectrum has the most energy? That's going to be the one closest to ultraviolet, which is violet or purple. The least energy is going to be the closest to infrared, which is red. Why does a paper appear white? That is because that paper reflects all of Roy G. Biv. Why does grass appear green? Well, that's because it reflects the color green back to the eye, and it absorbs Roy and Biv. What happens when an object is black? That means that all of Roy G. Biv is absorbed. Okay? So next we have these pictures of light phenomena that occur. The first picture shows waves passing through a narrow opening, and that is diffraction. Then we have a spoon looking bent in a glass of water, and that is refraction. Then we have a wave bouncing off of a surface like a mirror. That is reflection. And then we have the sun soaking into a material, and that is absorption. So which image above would represent an echo? And that's going to be the reflection here. An echo is sound reflection. Okay? Flip on over. A few more questions to talk about and answer. If the light ray hits a mirror at a 40-degree angle, what angle will the ray of light be reflected? Well, this is the law of reflection. It will reflect at the same angle, so it will look like that. When it comes to light waves, how do dark objects compare to light-colored objects? Dark objects absorb more light and heat up faster. Light objects reflect more light and stay cooler. Match the following terms with their definitions. Pause the video and do this yourself, and then use this to check your work. So remember that transparent means that all light passes through. Translucent means that some light passes through. And opaque means that no light passes through. And my little memory trick for that is your parent can see straight through you if you're telling a lie, just like you can see straight through a transparent object. Okay, then we've got these different surfaces to answer questions about. Surface A, we see it bouncing off. Surface B, it bends as it passes through. Or surface B, it soaks in. And then surface C, it bends as it passes through. So which surface above would represent a mirror? Well, that's going to be A. Again, pause the video and answer these and use this to check. Which surface above would represent clear glass? Well, that's going to be C. Which surface above would represent something black? That would be B, where it's being absorbed. Which surface above would represent something opaque? That's also going to be B, like a brick wall. Which surface above would represent translucent or transparent? That's going to be C. Which surface above would represent reflection? That's going to be A. And which surface above would represent absorption where it soaks in? That's going to be B. All right. Then, sound waves are mechanical. That's electromagnetic or mechanical. We had to pick, and we chose mechanical. Sound waves travel the fastest through a solid and slowest through a gas. Remember, the solid is more densely packed. Light waves are examples of electromagnetic waves. And then we need to change this very quickly. There's a typo. This should say light waves. So change that to light, not sound, for number 4. Light waves travel the fastest through a gas or vacuum of outer space. And they travel the slowest through a solid because it is most densely packed. Flip on over for our last page. Pause and take a moment to highlight if needed. So which wave has the highest amplitude, 1 or 3? That's going to be 3. It definitely has the highest amplitude, the height of the wave. Which wave has the lowest frequency? That is also going to be 3. Which wave has the longest wavelength? Well, that's going to be 3 as well. And which wave has the most energy, 1 or 2? And that's going to be wave number 2 because it has, while these have the same frequency, number 2 has more amplitude. All right, look in here. Which wave has the highest frequency, 4 or 5? So wave 4 has the highest frequency. And which wave has the most energy, 4 or 5? And 4 does because it has that higher frequency. So next we want you to draw a concave lens and a convex lens. Remember, concave caves in, convex bulges out. Then what does a concave lens do to light? Well, it's going to scatter or diverge the light. What does a convex lens do to light? This is like what's in your eye or a magnifying glass. And this is going to focus the light. Here's our focal point, and that's called a converging lens because it converges the light. Okay, and that is going to finish us up for our waves review. We'll do some practice questions and have a little quiz on this not too far down the road. Let your teacher know if you have any questions.